Good morning. So for this assignment, we will be exploring the vertex and the vertex form of quadratic functions. Start out with, I sketched out two functions here, and notice I marked the vertex. The vertex is this point. It's either, excuse me, a maximum or a minimum. So here, vertex is a minimum. Let's type it. It's a minimum because we know that it's concave up. It's greater than 0. So you have to think if it's concave up, it's a minimum. It's the lowest point in the function, because if it's concave up, it keeps on going in the upwards direction. And if it's concave down, like it is over here, then it's a maximum. Why? Because a is less than 0. So again, the vertex is either a minimum or a maximum. So how do we find the vertex? So again, we use the formula negative b over 2a. So the coordinates of this point here, for example, is negative b over 2a. And the output, or the y value, is we take this value and we the x value and we input it into the function, right? And the same thing, even if it's a maximum. So again, the vertex to find the x value of the vertex, use the formula negative b over 2a. Again, a and b are from the standard form. To find the y value, the vertex, plug in the x value into the equation. Okay. Then, once we do that, we have the vertex form. So what is the vertex form? So it's a way of expressing the function. Vertex form looks like this. F of x equals a times x minus h plus k. So, x minus h squared, that's our quadratic part, and then plus k. So we know what a is. The a is the same thing from the standard form. So what's h and k? Well, h and k is another way of saying the vertex. So the vertex can also be stated as h and k. In other words, h will be negative b over 2a, and the k value, you have to plug in the function. So again, the same thing, we could write it up here, h and k. Again, notice that it is negative minus h, so you're going to have to do the negative of this. All right, so we're going to go through this. So the assignment is finding the vertex and then writing it in vertex form. So again, remember, we're going to use the value negative b over 2a. Find the x value. Okay. And first we have to start here and say, okay, we could say h is equal to negative b over 2a. Right? And then k, the y value for the function, is we plug that into a function. let's start with here. Okay, so first we know our A, B, and C values. A equals 3. B equals 1. And just for completeness sakes, we will say C equals -2. All right. So our so first of all, this is minimum since it is concave up. All right. So let's find the H value. The H value will be negative B over 2A. So that's negative B over 2A. Better to use parentheses just to be clear. Negative B over 2A. That is -1 divided by 2 times 3, right? It's plugging into the formula. That's the same thing as, let's see, -1 over 6. Okay, all right. -1/6. Find the K value. We plug that into, I'm trying to make it lowercase k, the function. So Q of -1/6. Okay. So let's see, that's 3 times -1/6 squared. So I'm just plugging into the formula above with -1/6 minus 2. So I'm going to do some simplifying here. So let's see. -1/6 squared is positive 136. So that's 3 times 1 over 36. And this becomes -1/6 minus 2. So let's find a common denominator. So this becomes, well, let's see, 3. Do just some math over here. 3 over 36 minus 1/6 minus 2. And then we can actually simplify this. Oops. We can simplify 3 over 36, that's 1/12. Minus 1/6 equals 2. Our common denominator is 12. So 1 over 12, 1/6 is the same thing as 2/12, right? If you multiply the top and bottom by 2, you get 2/12. And 2 is the same thing as 24/12. Just multiply top and bottom by 12. Okay, let's see what that is. 1 minus 2 minus 24, that's -25. So our K value, -12 over 25. So here's, okay, so we know the vertex is at -1/6 and -25 over 12. Okay, that's our vertex. We can now type it into vertex form. I know this is a lot of stuff, but basically it's we find the vertex, then use vertex form. So again, see what is vertex form? I'll write it over here. So vertex form is A equals A times X minus H squared plus K. Again, the vertex is at HK. HK. So we say, all right, we just plug in those values. We have all those values. Okay. So in vertex form, Q of X equals A is 3 times X minus -1/6. So that's plus 1/6. The sign changes. Plus 1/6 squared minus 25 over 2. Right? Because that is the K value is -25 over 2. And so here's the vertex form. It's useful sometimes in solving. and for other stuff, but most obviously you can easily see the A value and the H and the K value. So you can easily see what the vertex is, which is useful for a lot of things that we'll discuss later. But basically it does show that where the vertex is, so where sort of the position, like just by looking at this formula, I could tell that it's concave up, it's shifted to the left 1/6 and down 25/12. So it gives me an idea of where the function is. So again, we're adding this to the points. We're adding this to our intercepts and concavity. We can now find the vertex. I know, especially this part can be a lot of math, but please practice that. So again, for all of these, state whether it's a minimum or maximum. Find the vertex like we do here and write in vertex form. That's the same thing for these three. You're just writing in vertex form. So find the vertex first. Then I have a writing question. Write an academic sentence using the words vertex, vertex form, and minimum. So these are words we learned. Academic sentence, in this case, just, you know, I think any sentence you would use these words in would be an academic sentence. So just try to write a sentence using these words. If you have to write it in 2 sentences, that's all right. But just think, basically try to write a sentence that includes these ideas, and it'll probably describe something from class, right? Obviously, the meaning of these words that relates to mathematics, of how we use them in math. Okay, very good. If you have any questions, if you get stuck on any of the problems, please don't hesitate to ask for help on that. Again, just do your best, refer back to all this information, and I will see you next time. All right, have a good day.